Hi all. Now we're going to be drawing the Mandalorian. This is a sketch drawn by me, and let's get right to it. So first let's start out with the head. We're going to take, one sec, I'm just going to get my colors. Okay, so first we're going to start off by drawing a line like so. Like this, okay? So then after that, we're going to draw one more line protruding from the bottom line and one other one coming out just like that. So right now you should be getting a shape like a really blocky V sort of shape. So then you're going to draw a little curve and up on this side and another one of those on this side. So now you have something that looks like a head. So now when you have that, draw 1/3 of a circle over the outer edge of 1/3 of a circle on both sides like this. Like this. So now you should have a helmet looking shape like this and just a little bit of space on top. Then from over here you're going to figure out a midpoint between the head and draw a line from here and here. So now it should look like a guy with eyebrows and no eyes. So then you just need to draw another line coming out of the two lines that you just drew, like this. One sec. Gotta draw it on the wrong layer. Like this. So now you should have something that looks like a guy with a crack in his head. So then you're just gonna draw a tiny bump on the top. So it should now look like this. Yeah. Maybe a little bit like that. Yeah, like this. So then underneath this bottom line, well, this half line, you're gonna draw another line like this, right there. So now it should look something like this. So once you have this, let's go on to the face part of the glass. So then draw some diagonal, maybe about 30 degrees of a line on the bottom part. So it should look like this, maybe. Then you're gonna draw a curve going down and a curve going down like this. Then just keep going down until you hit the bottom of the head. So now it should sort of start to look like the Mandalorian. Oh God, I did this badly. One sec. I'm gonna just fix this. So now if you've just missed it, I had to redo it because I did it wrong. You're just going to do this. Just gonna fix it like so. Okay, that's better. So then you're going to draw shape like this, not really a shape, but a line, and put it on both sides like this. So now you should have the helmet ready. The helmet should be done and ready. Make sure it does not look completely like mine because mine isn't very good. So, then what you're gonna do for the neck is you're going to draw two smaller lines coming out of the helmet. Then you can just draw a bunch of curves to represent the cape coming onto his neck. So then you should have something a bit like this. Should look like a bandana, sort of. So then you're going to find an area about here and here, and on those areas just draw them as like little shapes, and then on the top of those just make them go into that cape shape. Then you're going to do that, but instead of making it go into the cape, make it go into that line. So then it should look like this. Then just draw one line that's curved and rounded, but don't do it the full way because we still have some part for his vest. So then you're gonna draw a little curve like this, right here, here, and then just do this. Bring it up and there. What your Mandalorian should be looking like right now is like this, sort of, maybe. Now let's draw his chest plate. From here, and don't start over here. From the bottom, like from this part of his, I don't know what it's called. It's like his shawl, maybe. Just draw a small line, and then from over here where it should just go down like this and like this. Move, and then like draw a line from here. So like just draw like maybe what a plate in baseball looks like, just don't draw it above the sash, maybe. Not sure what it's called. Then we're going to draw near the middle of the part of his cape. We're going to draw a line, then another line beneath it, but this one's going to be horizontal. And then you're going to draw this. It should look now like this. This is what your Mandalorian should be looking like so far. So now we just have to draw the arms and probably the rest of the body. So now let's draw the bottom of his belt. You're just gonna continue the line from the bottom of his sash. And then that's the top of his belt. Now you're just gonna start working on the body. Make two diagonal-ish lines on the sides of all the details that you have just drawn, including the chest plate and everything. It should now look like this. Now all we have to do is draw the arms. So on one of his sides, he has a shoulder blade coming like this. And then it should look like, so just draw like a half circle-ish shape, but just cut out some parts of it. Now let's draw his other arm's shoulder. So draw a bit of a shape like a question mark, just not like a question mark. It's like an S question mark. Then from this part, just draw like that. And then bring the arm part like that and like so. So now we should have the right arm pretty good, maybe. So this is what it should be looking like right now. It doesn't have to look completely like this because I know you guys are probably not digitally drawing this. So then from this part, you're going to draw another S shape and this part of the arm. So just do the same thing that you did for the other arm, and then just go like that and like that. So now that you have two parts of the entire arm, it should look something like this. Now, you can always pause this video if I'm going too fast, and you can also rewind it whenever you like. Then what we're going to draw next is his wrist part on the both sides. Just draw like this sort of shape. Draw like a shape like this on both sides. So just draw this for both sides. Like so, like so. Okay, good. So now it's gonna be pretty easy. I don't even need this thing anymore. We just now need to draw the cape. And then we'll just move on to some minor details. And then we're pretty much done. And we just need to color it then. So now you can add in little parts of the cape. This cape only goes on this side because he has that other big gun on the other side. So just keep it like this. But don't draw a cape on this side. Just don't. So next, just some minor details, like his big gun and like some bullets. So not the eraser. You are going to draw some diagonal rectangles, 3 of them, on his sash anywhere you like. And then you can do it just like this. And then all you now need is this gun. Just draw a line like that and like this. It should look something like the back of a rifle, but then just draw a line here, coming out like that, and one more line coming here. Then draw a line like this, just going up, and then one more going like this. So now you should have something like this. And then just add in minor details. If you want to add like cracks in his armor. This is the Post-Beskar, so I'm not going to do like the silver one. I'm going to do the brown one. But if you want to do the silver one, there's going to be another tutorial for that one. So now I'm going to take a brownish color, a little bit like this. And I'm just going to add in the shades. Okay, now that I've got most of his armor down, I'm gonna now start working on his sash. So you just need a dark brown color for his sash. That's pretty much all you need. So we'll just put that color in. You can add shadows anywhere in the sash, just depending on where your light is coming from. So I'll just show you guys how to do it. So then, I'm just gonna keep this darker brown on the outlines and then add a lighter color, a little bit more like this on the other sides. So it should look a little bit like this. I don't think we need this anymore. And then you can just do this like so. Just like this. Okay, so now that you have this part on, we're gonna start working on the belt, which is just also gonna be the same colors that you used for the sash. Just like this. Color. And then in the middle, I'm gonna add like this grayish color. Just like that. So now that we're done with the sash, we're now gonna work on the gun and the bullets, which is just gonna be a black color. I'm gonna keep them a black color. You guys can make them whatever colors you want. Gonna keep them black though. Not the gun though. I'm gonna make the gun probably a brown, a nice dark brown, maybe. So let me just make this one. Yeah. So it should almost look like it's part of the gun. Like it's almost black, but it's not black. So then, after you finish coloring all of this in, we can then work on the cape and his inner clothes underneath the armor. Okay, then you're going to take a grayish color, then keep it right here. Okay, so now when you're done with the gun, we can start working on the cape and on the inner shirt. Now I'm gonna use an olive color for the inner part of the shirt for shading and for the shadows. Just like that, maybe a little bit over here. Underneath, I think I'm gonna change it a little bit to another different color, but yeah, maybe a little bit darker green for shadows. And then just keep it under the armor maybe. Like this. I'm gonna do an olivish brown color. I'm gonna see it in my library if I have something sort of like that. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna stick with brown for the main color and a little bit of a darker, maybe olivish color for it. Like different parts might have different colors, like over here. Because in the show, I always thought that he had more of an olivish color, like not just brown. So I'm just gonna keep it brown, not olive, but if you want olive, then you can add olive. Just gonna add this color, maybe a little darker part of this color for shadows. Like right here, maybe. A little bit up here, down here, then going like this. Yeah, that looks pretty good right now. Then I'm just gonna add another layer and then make this a little bit lighter. Just going to add this over here on this arm and on the other arm. So yes, we are almost done. Just add in shades. You don't even need to add shades if you don't want to. I suggest you do it. Adds a little bit more depth into the character, but it's your choice. Then for the cape, I'm gonna do a dark brown maybe. Like not super dark, maybe like this color for the shades. And then just like this, then like this, and like this. Then I'm just gonna do a little bit of a lighter color like this, but I feel like it's getting a little bit too brown, so I'm gonna go a little darker. If you feel like it's getting a little bit too brown as well, you can change it as well to a darker brown. Not just the same browns over and over again. Because then it might not even look like the real Mandalorian. Yes, this is not the real fully armored Mandalorian. This is just a little bit customized to make it a little bit easier to draw. So, like that. So then just use that same color for the cape. Maybe for the shading even. A little bit darker since it's a little bit behind him. Like this. And like this. Should now start to be looking like it's popping out. And then the last thing that we're gonna do is the helmet. The helmet is going to be quite easy. It's just gonna need different shades of gray for the different areas and parts. So, yeah, just do this. So now all we need now is just that, the neck and the helmet. The neck is gonna be easy, just use the same shades, a little bit of the coloring underneath the helmet, like this. So now all we need to do is work on our helmet. So just take a black and use it all the way up here as well. And then, if you want, you can add highlights. I'm not adding highlights, but I can teach you guys how to add highlights. You just need to take a white and then just add it a little bit, like here. Like this. Like that. To add highlights, I don't think I need any highlights. Maybe only on that side it might look cool. Yeah, this looks cool. Maybe on the other side as well. Yeah, like this. Maybe on the bottom a bit. No, that looks weird. I'm not gonna keep it on the bottom. So the final thing should look like this. I'm just gonna keep a little bit like that. Not so much here. Just gonna keep a little slash bit on the side. No, not even a slash. So now all we're gonna need is some gray colors, like here and here. And then more on top. So for this headpiece, just put a light gray, then just make it a bit darker for the underparts over here. And like here, here, keeping it. Just gonna zoom in a bit. Just coloring it in. Like this, same thing for the other side. Just going to do this. So now we're gonna do the same shade for this part over here. And then the rest we will put a lighter shade. On the top. And then we will be done with this tutorial. It's almost done. Gonna clean this up a bit, and like this and here. Then we're gonna take a little bit lighter part and just shade it in over here. So now we are going to be done with this tutorial on how to draw a Mandalorian. And there you go. This is the final piece. I hope you guys like this tutorial. Comment down below on what you want a tutorial for next. It can be anything. It can be Marvel, DC, Disney, anything. So, thank you. And like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Click that notification bell if you want more. And goodbye.